Hey, it's been too long. I have something to tell you. I just went and took your boyfriend from you. So sorry for stealing the one man that could ever love you. But this is all your fault, right? All throughout high school, I'd been taking great care of you, yet you went ahead and started going out with such a good-looking and high-spec man before even asking me if that was okay. So as a form of punishment, I'm taking him away from you. The only thing about you that makes you better than me is your youth, but besides that, a man of his type belongs to me. Someone with the build and future like his has to end up with a woman as gorgeous and smart as me. Next time, you better think twice before going out and starting a relationship with a man who is meant for me. By the way, not only have you not sent me a reply yet, but you haven't even been reading these dang messages. How long are you going to try toughing all of this out? I'm sure you can see all of your notifications going off right now. At a time like this, you should be picking up your phone and telling me just how much it hurts to have your man stolen by me. Since you're not hurting enough to say anything just yet, allow me to punish you even more. Just a little bit ago, I was proposed to by your boyfriend. This man you keep talking about as being my boyfriend is someone that I've never even met before. Oh, so that's how much things are stinging for you now? I'm sure you're aware just how little he cares about you now since he's asked me to marry him. Bye. You better kill off all those feelings for him now, or else they will continue to eat you alive until one day you go crazy for him. Eric, good morning.
Good morning, Faye.
Congratulations on your marriage.
Hey, thank you so much.
I'll be arriving at the wedding venue really soon, so will there be time for me to talk with the bride and meet all of her family before everything starts?
Oh, that's right. You've still never seen or even heard about who my new wife is.
Yeah, that's right. When I first heard about how you'd be getting married and all that, it was just after I had given birth to my baby, so things were a bit too busy for me at the time. I had also become pretty sick due to being so weakened by the childbirth, so that really didn't help things at my house. And, well, I just never had the chance to come out and see who you'd been with. And you were never given a chance to come out and see me. I wasn't even able to make it to see her family or anything with Mom and Dad because I had to be at home dealing with a sick baby a few months later. And what do you know, it's already your wedding day and I still have no clue who you're married to. I know her name is Sunny, but besides that, I really don't know anything else.
I heard all about your situation from Mom while you had been pregnant and dealing with childbirth. And all I can say is things must have been really tough for you. Have you started to get any better? Have things started to get any better?
Of course, I'm doing a lot better now. That's why I'm on my way right now to come and see your wedding. I made it clear to my mother-in-law that my husband and I would be coming out to your wedding today, so she stopped by this morning to watch after our baby. So now I'll be able to put all my time and energy into you guys.
Oh, that's a relief to hear. I was a little worried you were forcing yourself to come out and see the wedding, but hearing that you're all better is great. But I am a little sorry about this. I don't think there will really be any time for you to meet the bride before the wedding starts. The car that she's riding in got into a little bit of an accident on the way here, so she'll be coming late with the help of another of today's guests.
Wait, is everything all right with her?
Yeah, she's fine. It was just a little fender bender, but she couldn't stick around to deal with the car, so she got a ride and she'll be here soon. I think one of her family members will stay behind who was driving the car to talk with the police and such. But this will be cutting it very close if she's able to make it here soon.
I see. Well, I know you both are very busy right now, so I won't even bother to take any more time from you or your bride.
I'll let her know that you were really wanting to meet with her before the wedding starts.
All right, thank you. Once we get there, please allow my husband and I to celebrate your marriage with all the energy we can.
Sure thing. Go right ahead.
Hello? Why the hell are you here? Why would you be at the wedding of your ex-boyfriend who threw you away from me? What? Did you come here to try and get him back from me? Oh, so that really was you that I just saw a minute ago? What the heck were you thinking, splashing that coffee all over me without at least introducing yourself first? You are getting in the way of my wedding today. That's why I had to take immediate action to make sure you knew I wasn't going to be playing any games here. What? Your wedding? Oh no. When my brother said he was getting married to his sonny, he was talking about you? Huh? Your brother? The groom of today's wedding, Eric, is my older brother. I never asked my brother what your last name was, so at the time I was thinking he was with another girl named Sunny. And why is your last name different from what it was back in high school? Did you take the last name of a new father or something when your mother got remarried? Yes, I did, because that's what my mom wanted me to do. No. Right now is not the time to be talking about my family name. Stop trying to make up lies about not even knowing that I'm the one getting married to Eric today. You really think I'm going to believe that you just assumed he'd be marrying another Sunny? Forget it. I can see right through your lies. I'm not lying about anything, though. I really didn't know that you were the one getting married to Eric today, and Eric really is my brother. I already met his younger sister back when his parents and my parents all got together. What? That's his other younger sister, Kim. Shut up already. I'm not even going to bother listening to any more of your lies. Now you get the hell out of this building, because I do not have the patience to deal with your ignorant and immature attitude. Would you calm down for just 2 seconds, Sunny? Excuse me? I remember you sending me a whole thing of text messages a year ago going on about something I had zero clue at all about. Oh, you're talking about that time I told you how I had stolen Eric from you. But the thing is, Eric is my older brother. You're still going to use that lie on me? The only sister that Eric has is Kim and nobody else. He never once brought up a sister named Faye to me, so just stop trying already. There are 3 of us, though. The oldest is Eric, and then there's me, and then there's our little sister, Kim. Now you're really starting to bug me here. I already don't have a lot of time as it is after what I've been through, but now you and all your lies are just eating up into the remainder of my time. It's no use then. You're not listening to a thing I say. Hurry up and leave this place. Guess I'll have to then. I'll go, but make sure you take good care of Eric for me. Huh? How much longer are you going to act like he's your brother? If you even try to come back in here, I will make no hesitation in calling the police. Eric, I'm going to leave the wedding venue, all right?
What? Why right now? Shouldn't you be getting your hair done up by one of the hairstylists right now, before the wedding starts?
Well, the thing is, I walked away from my husband for a little bit to start heading to the dressing room to get my hair done, and on the way I ran into Sunny. That's when she told me to get out of here and never come back.
Huh?
Your wife, Sunny, she used to go to the same high school as me and was in the same club, but 3 grades higher than me, of course.
So this would mean that the 2 of you have met one another many times before?
Yeah. Since she was a senior, by the time I entered high school, she graduated after my first year there. But even after graduating, she would come back to the school after hours and come show her face while I was practicing. However, during that time, she made the mistake of thinking that I had a relationship with the teacher who ran our club, and she started to pick on me a lot for that.
Wait. Does this mean that she was the one who came up to you with that jug of water and poured it all over you when you were a senior?
Yeah, that was her. But after I'd graduated from school, her mom married another man and she took the name of him, so I never really knew she would end up being the same Sunny you'd been with. Also, she thinks right now that I used to be your ex-girlfriend and will not listen to me when I explain that I'm your little sister to her. I wish I would have brought a picture of you and I together along with Kim.
Why the hell? Why is she so confused about who you are to me?
About a year ago, I got these random messages from her that I had no clue what to think about. I can send you screenshots of what all she said to me back then, as well as of the conversation her and I just had after she kicked me out. I think you'd understand things a lot quicker that way. Actually, I'm going to give my husband my phone and he'll go and bring it to you. Then you can view everything she said to me. I'll leave the rest up to you after you've read everything she said.
Understood.
Faye! Come back to the wedding venue right now! Hey! Why didn't you say anything to me sooner? I have called you over 200 times now, and you have still not said a dang thing! I was wondering why you weren't saying anything to me, and that's when I found out that Eric has your phone now. Why would you give him your phone? Ugh! My wedding has been canceled now! Why won't you freaking say anything to me? The whole wedding and marriage? It's all gone now. Eric and you both are brother and sister. You were really telling me the truth back then? I was told by Eric that he had a talk with you a long time ago about how one of his sisters was pregnant at the time and hadn't been feeling well after having her baby, hence why she was never able to see you. Well, I don't remember that conversation. But here's something I need to know about before that. Why would you think someone like me was once a girlfriend of Eric's? 2 years ago, I heard about how you were going out with a man who had the same last name as you. And a little while after hearing that, I saw you walking with Eric down the street. I went and followed Eric back to his apartment after you parted ways with him, and that's when I saw he had the same last name as you, which led me to believe that he was your boyfriend. You followed him home? I did. Because I wanted to steal him from you so badly. Well, you weren't wrong when you said you heard my boyfriend and I shared the same name at the time. He is currently my husband now, and we do in fact have the same last names. At first we found that really funny that we both had the same last name, which meant if we got married, we wouldn't have to change anything. And, well, after a few years of dating, things became serious, which led to us actually tying the knot. I'm not sure who you heard from that I was going out with someone who had the same last name as me. But at least I know you mistook my older brother for the wrong man then and went after him. I mistook your boyfriend and your older brother then? Yeah. So? What? Why have you been trying to get in touch with me so much? Why have I been... I was hoping you wanted to talk with me again to say that you would be paying for both my dress and shoes that you ruined when you poured all that hot coffee on me. Huh? No. The reason that even happened to you in the first place is because you were hiding the truth from me. Back when I had first texted you about stealing your boyfriend, you should have told me you had no idea who I was talking about, or that you had no memory of me taking him. I did tell you that, though. What? At that time, I was dealing with being sick and caring for my baby, so I didn't have the time to sit back and talk with you. You were already upsetting me by the amount of messages you were sending me, so I had to have a look and see what was up. That's why I just sent you a message saying I didn't know what boyfriend you were talking about because I was already married then and just assumed that you would shut up. What? If you go back and have a look at the conversation we had last year, you'll see what I'm talking about. I had just had a look at our chat history right now, and I can see exactly what I said to you. Huh? So that's enough from you now, right? Goodbye. Eric? Hey, come on, please forgive me. I know that things really started off on the wrong foot, but right now I really do love you and want you back. So this whole thing about getting a settlement from me and asking for me to pay off that whole wedding, please stop all of that.
Would you cut it the hell out with all those damn phone calls?
Eric! Right now, I'll make my way over to your house, so please give me one last chance to talk with you.
Don't you freaking dare.
What?
Back when Faye was in her senior year, you went and poured a whole jug of water on her while she was practicing, and then sent her home crying that day. When I asked Faye what all caused that, she told me you had the wrong idea, and that led you to become upset with her. Yet Faye didn't do anything wrong, however you went and hurt her anyway. And at that time, Faye didn't want to tell anyone, like our parents or me, what had been going on between you. Because she just wanted to graduate school without there being any further drama. The thing is, though, I will never forget how badly she was crying when she came back to the house drenched in freezing cold water. I was so freaking close to actually marrying the one person I hate the most.
Then I'll make sure to become closer to Faye so that she won't hate me anymore. All right? That way there would be no more problems between you and I.
Shut your freaking mouth.
I've
already talked with my lawyer about the settlement I'm asking for. Pay it off soon or you'll be seeing us in court. And pay it all off. Then after that, don't you dare come around my family or me again. You hear me?
Eric! And there you have it. The marriage of Eric and Sunny ended in a spectacular fashion, as he would no longer be calling her his wife and would be getting loads of money from her. They had actually been planning to go to the courthouse after the wedding, so they weren't legally married, which was fantastic for Eric. But in Sunny's case, things would only become worse for her. Sunny wasn't able to pay for the whole wedding and that settlement, so her parents both had to step in for her and pay up. But in order for them to do that, they had to sell their house and their land. Both of her parents then had to move in with Sunny's younger sister, who, by the way, was in the same grade as me back in high school, where they would be living until they could afford a new place. Of course, Sunny was not allowed to move in with them, being told 7 times at her sister's front door to screw off. She was then told by her father to pay them back all the money they had to sacrifice on her, and until that happened, they would be cutting all ties to her. Now, having been exiled from her whole family and having nowhere else to really go after that, Sunny is in the next town over working on a very small farm where she's housed by the farmer and his family while making very little money. Since the farm is pretty far outside the actual town, she never gets any chances to go out and see anyone. So she'll be spending a long time on that farm all alone. As for my brother and what happened with him after getting paid the full settlement, he moved back home to my parents' house. There he would start living with both my parents again, of course, as well as with our younger sister Kim, who was in the middle of going to college. He was very heartbroken by what all he had learned about, and the fact that the woman he loved was also the very same woman he hated. However, over time, he learned to forget about her. Now, while Sunny is having to slave away on that farm, he's starting to focus more on himself, and has just gotten himself a promotion and everything at that company he's been at for 7 years. I'm sure being single and going into his 30s wasn't how he wanted things to end up, but every time I see him, he seems to be happier and happier with things, and has put more of that money into things like travel and hobbies. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Ruth? What the heck do you think you're doing getting married before me? Isn't that a little insensitive of you? Everyone knows the cutest sister should get married first. There's a proper order to these things, you know. You need to respect that. It should be illegal for someone as ugly as you to get married before me. Ugh, I wish you'd stop trying to ruin my life already.
Is that really you, Sharon? I almost didn't believe it when I saw the message. It's been that long. What do you want? Why are you messaging me out of the blue after all this time? I don't know what you mean by the proper order of things, but surely anyone would be free to get married whenever they want to. And really, how exactly am I trying to ruin your life? Isn't this all a bit dramatic?
It's not dramatic because you are. You really are.
How? I'm not even in a relationship.
It's pointless trying to hide it, I know. I know you guys are already making plans for the wedding day.
I just told you I'm not even in a relationship. That means I'm single, you dummy.
Whatever, liar. Liar, pants on fire. I'm the one who should be getting married first. Do you understand? Me. I'd be a laughing stock if my cave troll of a sister got married before me. I'm the beautiful one. Why can't you consider my reputation for once? I have to be the first one to get married.
You are aware that if you have a boyfriend, you guys are free to get married whenever you like, right? I'm really not stopping you. In fact, I'm rooting for you. You go, girl. You can complain at me till you're blue in the face, but it isn't gonna put a ringer on your finger, you know?
Duh, I know that. But I'm still not letting you get married first. This wedding is not going ahead.
You're right, it's not. Because as I keep trying to tell you, I'm single.
Ruth, I heard that you're planning on getting married without mine or Sharon's permission. Is this true? This wedding is not happening. I won't allow it.
Huh? Oh Lord, not you two.
Excuse me?
I have no idea how Sharon got into her head that I'm getting married, but I can assure you I'm not.
Liar! She said she saw you, so there's no point in lying. We know, Ruth.
I see. So you also intend on completely ignoring everything I say and causing a huge fuss over nothing, huh? Good grief, you two haven't changed a bit.
Regardless of what you say, it's only right that Sharon be the first one to get married. Can you imagine how upset your beautiful sister would be if you got married before her? What with your face being as unfortunate as it is. You're a grown woman, and you need to start thinking about your little sister's reputation in the eyes of the world for once. She'd never heard the end of it.
I said this to Sharon, too. But if she has a boyfriend, she's free to get married whenever she likes. I'm not stopping her at all, and she doesn't need to worry about me one bit. Being senselessly harassed by my estranged family over an imaginary wedding is kind of annoying, and I'd appreciate if you stopped.
Excuse me?
Wasn't I clear enough? Try this instead then. Leave me alone.
Hey, sis! I found a 100% foolproof guaranteed way of getting married before you.
What? Are you really still going on about this? Aren't you bored yet? Don't you have anything better to do than pester me? Over something that doesn't even make any sense, no less.
Well, you're still making plans for the wedding, aren't you?
Like I told you countless times, I'm single and I have no plans to get married.
You're gonna love this. I hit upon a way to make you give up on your wedding and get married before you. You can consider this message as a declaration of war.
What exactly are you planning on doing?
That's for me to know and you to find out. The plan's going full steam ahead starting tomorrow, so you better prepare yourself.
Once more, I have no boyfriend, no fiancé, no husband, and no intention of getting married in the foreseeable future.
You little witch! You had no intention of giving up on the wedding in the end, did you? Why, you little...
What? Mom? Is this by any chance a continuation of your nonsensical ramblings about the imaginary wedding that you should have given up on 10 months ago? You still haven't let whatever this is go?
Don't ever speak to your mother like that, young lady. Like hell I'd give up on something so important. Anyway, back to the point. It's time for you and him to break up and go your separate ways.
Him? If you're talking about this imaginary boyfriend, or fiancé, or husband, or whatever he's supposed to be of mine, then I hate to break it to you, but I'm still single, just like I was back then.
The lies stop now, Ruth. I'd never raise you like this. I don't care how much you kick or scream, but this weekend's wedding ceremony is simply not going ahead. Cancel it. That's an order, not a request.
Interesting. That's the first I've heard of me getting married this weekend.
Listen, Ruth, here's the thing. Your sister Sharon is pregnant.
What?
This isn't going to be easy for you, but listen, and listen carefully. The baby is your fiancé's. There's no doubt about it.
What? Who the hell are you talking about? I just feel like a broken record at this point, but I'll say it again. I don't have a boyfriend or a fiancé. This person you're talking about doesn't exist. Really, what's going on here? I'm so confused. Have you been causing some poor guy trouble based on a misunderstanding? Please tell me you haven't.
Don't you dare change the subject, young lady. Sharon's already in the last month of her pregnancy.
What? You mean the baby's due soon?
That's right. Sharon, and not you, will be the bride at this weekend's wedding. You might not like it, but this is non-negotiable. Your sister is giving birth in 10 days. Give her your fiancé, now!
Ugh, how many times do I have to tell you? I have no wedding plan, nor do I plan on planning one, nor do I have a fiancé to give my sister. Not that this conversation would be any less weird, even if I was getting married.
How disappointing. I say you're still clinging to your desperate lies in a vain attempt to dodge your responsibilities to your family. If you don't stop this at once, I'm disowning you. You'll never speak to any of us again, I swear. There's no place for you in this family if you don't value your little sister's happiness. Disowning you is the only sensible option.
I really don't mind if you disown me. In fact, I'd actually be super relieved to never have to engage with any of you again. Would you do it? Would you please disown me? In any case, I'm not engaged to anyone.
Excuse me?
If there is a wedding being held somewhere this weekend, then I strongly advise you look into it a little more thoroughly before you turn the happiest day of some poor couple's lives into a nightmare. One thing I can tell you for sure, the bride at whoever's wedding this is not me.
Ruth, pick up the phone. What is this? What the heck is going on?
What do you want? Would you mind not spam calling me all of a sudden? I'm kind of at work.
Huh? You're at work?
I'm on a business trip to Seattle to negotiate with a major client.
Seattle?
The only reason I'm replying to you is because I have a little downtime in between talks right now. If you have something to say to me, then make it quick.
Whoa. Hold on a sec. If you're in Seattle right now... I knew it. The bride at the wedding in Chicago just now wasn't you, was it?
Huh?
She was a total stranger. I'd never seen her before. Ugh, you tricked me, Ruth. God damn you.
Just hold on a sec. How on earth am I supposed to understand what's going on if you won't even explain it to me? You just come at me with a load of gibberish and seemingly expect an answer? Please tell me you didn't just crash some poor stranger's wedding. Well, where was it held?
S. Weddings Community Hall?
Huh? S. Weddings?
Obviously! I saw you and your fiancé, Alex Davis, going in there together about a year ago. Where else would it have been held?
Huh? Alex?
Not only that, but apparently he was seen going in and out regularly afterwards, too. What's more, a little while after that, I overheard him discussing the wedding with someone who seemed to be his friend at a cafe near the hall, and a date was mentioned.
And what date was today?
Yes! That's why I crashed the wedding while pregnant with Alex's baby. But he wasn't even there. I'd never seen the bride and groom in my life, and they were horrified. God, it was so embarrassing. When the security guards ran over and restrained me, the watermelon I had under my jumper fell out and smashed into little pieces all over the floor.
No way. You had a watermelon under your jumper to try and look pregnant?
I had no idea what was going on. I was in such a panic. I just hightailed it out of there as soon as I managed to get the security guards off of me.
You ran away?
Obviously. What else was I gonna do? Stay for the buffet? I'm with Mom right now at the Apple Hotel next to the hall. We've been staying here since last night in preparation for today. We're going home as soon as the heat dies down. I could hear police sirens after I escaped, so we're laying low for now. Oh my God, I can't tell you how embarrassing it was. Even just thinking about it makes me cringe. This is all your fault. You are the worst.
Ruth, this is bad. Help! Sharon's been captured by the families of the bride and groom at the wedding she accidentally crashed.
Could be worse. Look on the bright side. At least the cops don't have her yet.
What? Wait, do you know about this?
Listen, Mom. That wedding my sister just crashed, it just so happened to be the wedding of one of my coworkers.
What?
This includes a little speculation on my part based on what Sharon just told me herself, but here's why I think she made such a ridiculous misunderstanding. When she saw me walking into the S Weddings community hall with Alex Davis a year ago, I wasn't there to plan a wedding, but to hold a work meeting.
A work meeting?
I work for a large advertising agency that specializes in weddings. S Weddings are one of our biggest clients, and me and Alex, my coworker, regularly hold meetings with them to discuss upcoming proposals and leases on existing contracts. And as a result of knowing what a good company they are through work, Alex decided to get married at one of their venues. It was a small ceremony held only for close friends and family.
What, Alex?
Yes, Alex. You know, the person you convinced yourself was my fiancé. Sharon was under the delusion that she could somehow charm Alex before the wedding and stop it ever going ahead, which, needless to say, failed miserably. But not knowing when to give up and so hell-bent on being the first sister to get married, she hatched a plan where she'd try and convince Alex she was pregnant with his baby before ordering him to abandon his wife at the altar and marry her instead. Which is why she barged into the wedding hall screaming and shouting with a watermelon stuffed under her jumper like some escaped mental patient.
But she said Alex wasn't the groom after all. Apparently she didn't recognize anyone. Do you have any idea how embarrassed she was? That poor girl!
That's probably because this whole plan of hers was based on a fundamental misunderstanding.
A misunderstanding? What kind of misunderstanding?
She still hasn't realized, has she? Alex wasn't the groom, she was the bride.
What? The bride?
Alex is a woman.
A woman?
She's always been a big girl. She was the national judo champion back in high school, tall as a giraffe with biceps like a bodybuilder. She typically only wears guyish clothes like baggy pants and blazers. I don't think she even owns a skirt. In her own words, I'm mistaken for a guy pretty much on a daily basis. Apparently, she started going out of her way to make it clear to people she's a woman after this whole incident with Sharon basically stalking her, though.
Alex is a woman? I can't believe it. How could this be?
I'll tell you how it could be. It could be because you both ignored absolutely everything I said at every opportunity. If you would have listened to me for just 1 second, this never would have happened. That's why my sister made a complete moron of herself in front of dozens of people. I had a feeling Alex and her family would probably be looking for the culprit, so I gave her a call. She was speechless when I told her it was none other than my little sister.
You told her? You little snitch! You ratted on your own sister! How could you, you demon?
She ran away without taking even a shred of responsibility for ruining what should have been the happiest day of my coworker's life. There's only one person in the wrong here, and it isn't me.
Ruining?
As a result of her gate crashing the wedding, the whole ceremony got canceled. Sharon will most likely be forced to take responsibility in the form of compensation for the cost of the wedding and damages for the mental anguish caused by her abhorrent behavior. If I had to guess, I'd say she should be receiving some letters in a few days' time. Make sure she checks the mail.
Compensation? Damages? What?
Which is why I advise you to continue this conversation with Alex and her lawyer.
No, please! You have to do something about this. You're her friend. Surely you can make her see sense.
Nope, it's your mess, not mine. Fix it yourselves.
Ruth!
Goodbye. You would have thought Sharon would have realized she was making a misunderstanding at some point during the 10 months between hearing about the wedding and actually crashing it. Although maybe that would be putting too much faith in the reasoning abilities of someone who'd stuff a watermelon under their jumper and crash a wedding to steal someone's wife? A few days later, I apologized profusely to Alex and her husband for the actions of my family. Fortunately, they were both very understanding, but unfortunately, the reality of my sister ruining their wedding day would never disappear. Just as planned, Alex sued Sharon for compensation and damages for the cost of the wedding and mental anguish she caused. As if that wasn't enough, it turns out she also broke an expensive statue during her dramatic escape from the wedding hall, for which she was also ordered to pay a hefty sum. We're a single-mother family, and after flying the nest long ago, and now intentionally keeping my distance from the terrible two, our mom was the only person in the world my sister had to rely on. Then, one night it happened. My mom ran away in the night. With that, the crippling financial burden was placed squarely on Sharon's shoulders, and on her shoulders alone. Last I heard, she was spending her days wallowing in regret and complaining about how unfair the world is while working like a dog to pay off her debts.